everyone.
Previously on T-Man 978, 3-year-old figure that I never reviewed on my channel for whatever reason.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm reviewing Transformers Earthrise Deluxe Class Sunstreaker here. Let me take this out of his hand because that's a lie. If you like Wheeljack and Run Amok, you'll probably like this guy as far as an action figure and whatnot. Here's the artwork right there, you see that. But his transformation is very reminiscent of Wheeljack, but there are several differences and whatnot. So there's that going for him. It's sort of like with Wheeljack, this was the front of the leg, but now they have the foot going that way. So that's the main difference. And the arms transform completely different. But yeah, here's this. I have several things I dislike. Now, I don't know what it looks like under these lights, but to the naked eye, in any promo pictures where you see this right here being a different color from this and this, it is way more noticeable to me in person, not on the bright. In fact, the bright lights for me is kind of helping, but for regular light from the ceiling and whatnot, it is so much different from the regular plastic. It's sad. But the things I like is I like this sculpted in detail right there. I like that it's not just a painted detail. I like that he has this on the back, reminiscent of him as his G1 cartoon version and toy and whatnot. Most of the yellow, I don't know if they thought it would help, but it has silver behind it. I guess that it helps right here with the windshield, I guess. But I don't know how it helps as far as being on the translucent. But here's the face. Face looks good. No screw holes or anything. It's on a ball joint. Here's one negative thing. This, if they have a peg right here, it's nothing here for that to peg into. So if you make them look down, you're making that whole joint move Transformer Siege Megatron style. It kind of soft clicks into place, but it doesn't stay solid enough for me. The shoulders go up and down on this transformation joint. So depending on where you have that determines his range of motion, because he does have this sculpted in detail, which is G1 cartoon accurate. This swivels, elbow bends that much, wrist does not rotate, waist rotates, the legs kick forward very tight. And I just was messing with my Wheeljack and I realized that the waist is tight on him as well. Knee bends 90 degrees, ankle pivots all the way crazy. The foot comes up and down a little bit. And you can mess with this heel spur, but I wouldn't recommend that. He comes with no weapon besides his backpack bling. You can port that wherever he has ports, or you can make him hold it as a gun. Oh, you know what? Yikes. I didn't try this yet. It barely ports into his hands, but that's what they suggest, so that's another problem I have. So here are my issues with this guy in robot mode. This doesn't lock into place. I don't know why they designed it like that. This paint is very off-putting. It does not match. This paint here and on the chest does not match anything else. And no weapon besides his typical backpack bling, just like they did with Wheeljack. I keep mentioning Wheeljack, but then I don't bring him out here. I don't know what's going on with me. Things I like better about this guy besides, unlike with Wheeljack, I never like when you bend this elbow, the forearm is just super long and it doesn't look right. And he just came with this shoulder cannon that's supposed to be his shoulder, but they make you use it as a gun. Luckily, I have other guns like this one that came with the Centurion drone. I think this is supposed to be Cliff Jumper's gun, but yeah, so luckily I can have this to use. Here he is with his Spark brother right here. So Of course, they look different, but there they are together. Transformation, pretty simple. We need to shut the heels up like that and bring this up like this. And if you didn't notice, this is a full toe right there, a full heel. We can bring this down just like Wheeljack. Smash that together. Rotate it this way. Take the chest piece, bring it down. Try desperately to force that down. Shove the head in here. We can go ahead and rotate this. I do like how you can rotate. It looks like it's gonna bump, but it doesn't. They molded it in such a way where you don't have to worry about that. Then, different from Wheeljack, the shoulders come down and peg into there. On Wheeljack, the shoulders come up here, but you can put the hands in and shut this like this and rotate this back piece around, and yeah, here he is in his car mode. You can roll nicely. Things I don't like I said, none of this paint right here matches any of the other plastic. This paint right here does not match. It's very clashing, especially if you're using regular lights and not my bright lights right now. And I don't like that it doesn't have a spoiler. Just those two holes right there does not look right to me. I mean, you could rotate this around. That's not how it's supposed to be. And for whatever reason, there is this gap right here. This does not peg in at all. And I cannot get that to stay flush. And that frustrates me. Things I do like, these wheels look better than the traditional wheels on the other vehicles. There's no like clip-on peg thing shooting out, and they did go the extra mile of painting that, so that is cool. It does what it does. It's a retail Sunstreaker, but yeah, I would have definitely liked a spoiler to put in there and handguns instead of Blue Streak being exclusive or something. They could have made him the exclusive and gave him the extra parts, or packed him with Ironhide instead of Prowl and gave him some extra pieces or whatever. Maybe raise the price $5 or something. Here's the most important comparisons. We have Wheeljack here because he has so many similarities, but so many things different. Like these panels right there, there's no panel breakup right there. And like I said, this transforms completely different. That's his forearms. That's his shoulders, and they're completely different mold, but they have similar engineering. Maybe the thighs are the same. I didn't pay attention to that. This is retool right there, so same type of engineering but different parts altogether, really. And here's something I just thought about. This spoiler comes out. Let's see if they could have. It pegs in there, but it would be overlapped, so he wouldn't need his own spoiler. And here is Sideswipe. Sideswipe is a little bit shorter, but you could tell they're kind of going off the same model. Tried to make them look similar. This is supposed to be a Cybertronian vehicle, but let's get real. It wouldn't take much effort if they painted this a different type of way. It wouldn't take much effort to make this an Earth vehicle. It has a whole bunch of cues from the Lamborghini without them getting sued. Side wheels are different. Even like these hubcaps. This is pretty much a more futuristic Earth Lamborghini. If they would have painted certain things, like it has headlights and taillights. So yeah. Sunstreaker was my most anticipated figure of this wave, but at the end of the day, he ended up just being okay, unfortunately. Jesus Christ. Well, this lets you see that this pegs in. Good enough. And that was my fault. I mean, they do design the pieces to pop off instead of breaking, but yeah, that was on me for pulling too hard in the wrong spot. My main gripes, the color mismatch and the lack of a separate weapon instead of his known back bling. Like, he's supposed to have that on his back at all times because that completes his look. The fact that you got to take that off, and he can't even hold it as a gun. Not on my copy. You let me know in the comments whether this actually pegs in. That is super loose, which is weird because it pegs tight right there. So let me, and this pegs in there, but these things are known to be tight. Let me grab, who else's weapon? Let's try Wheeljack. Yeah, decently. Ironhide, I didn't mention that there is paint on the front of his gun. So let's try. That's weird. All the weapons, this pegs tight everywhere else, but his actual hands. That is weird. But anywho, decent figure, not spectacular. Thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Got it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. The bright lights for me is kind of helping, but for regular light from the ceiling and whatnot, it is so much different from the regular plastic. It's sad, but click the videos, click the videos, baby, click the videos. You should really click these videos, click the videos, click those videos, baby, click the videos. You really should click those videos, click that shit.